Hey guys, this is Junior Trader, and in this video, look at this stock today that I'm covering, NIO stock, guys. So, is NIO stock making a comeback here? The last time I did video on NIO was quite some time ago, and that was when I had my position on this. Just as a full disclaimer, I don't have any position in NIO, and even though I believe in the principles of the company and the corporation, they are doing a lot of great stuff. The business can a little bit be done better in terms of the cash flow, but as in the bottom line of, I mean, NIO I always liked in parallel to Tesla. Tesla is definitely my first holding now. I trade Tesla very often. I built my long position on that as well and all of that. Like, you already see my coverage on Tesla stock. NIO, right? The last time I covered was some time ago, and the question is, why am I covering this today? Well, there are a lot of reasons. First of all, I have received a lot of requests from you in the DMs, in the emails to cover NIO again, so I'm doing that for that reason. And also, technicals, the last time I did NIO video was back over here when I gave the 3 potential ladder steps for NIO, as if it can keep going level by level to the upside. This would be the bottom back then, which was the $5.30. And we were talking about how even after bad earnings, NIO has really made analysts cry who were downgrading it. And NIO was going ladder step by ladder step really great. However, when it rejected that one of the trend lines, and it failed to recapture the last third most important level to shoot to the upside. And at this point, $5.80, once we broke below that and I started to see this consolidation, I mentioned that, guys, I'm like, I don't have, I mean, you already know I have sized out my position up here already. Like, I had my long position on NIO, right? And I took some, partial size out. I mean, my NIO position was in loss, even though I got out fully, but it was still in again, like, I'll have to take a look at the full books on NIO, how this thing came out for me. But my long-term positions, some of this I was able to get out here. But then the remaining positions, guys, I had to just take a loss on it. I was able to still, mitigate the risk. But then once it broke this full level of $5.80, right, guys? I mean, after that, like, and I said that, okay, from here on, I will be only revisiting NIO when I see some technicals changing back to the upside. NIO is not the stock to short. I mean, even on technicals, how much would you short it, right? This thing, come on, like, have some respect for a stock, which is, NIO is a great company, but the technicals just weren't there. But are they there? Junior Trader, is NIO making a comeback now? Are we gonna go back to the upside? So let's talk about all those technicals. As for the news, I'll talk about a little bit of data as well here. But I think you can find a lot more other informative videos on NIO that go in depth on the news and all those information. I'll let you, go and check those videos out. I'm mostly going to focus just on the technicals here, but I'll just quickly take you over some important articles here. All right, so guys, we have some from the UBS. They have grades across all China stocks, and they have NIO as well up here, but again, like, as I said, you can find a lot more important information there. This is a very general upgrade across the board. NIO is part of it, but the analysts are doing, UBS is doing on all Chinese stocks that upgrade. Now, also, the other important one I have here is that NIO, Lotus enter into strategic partnerships on charging and battery swap. So just a couple of things on the news. You can go and check these out. I want to, as I said, focus on the technicals here, right? So, all right, guys, let me clean up a few things first. Let's get rid of these previous areas. We don't need those because that is not in the structure anymore, these things, right? This is from the previous video that I did for you guys. Okay, guys, so NIO, we have made some really good move in the technicals, and that is this level of $4.23 that NIO just gapped out and above off. This was, and it is out of that pivot resistance as well, that is around $4 area range, $4.30 I mean, this is so beaten up, sorry guys, that $4.23 to $4.30. So NIO is out of that. These things will look better on the intraday, that I'll just take you over there. So which is a good sign. NIO technically has started to change the structure back to the upside. So this was the when the structure broke over here, when I was talking about, guys, NIO is a little bit, failing to make a higher, high back over here. And that's when the structure finally broke again at $5.29, and we just kept making lower highs, lower lows, rejecting any rebounds to the previous pivot point. Now we have gotten out of that resistance pivot point. That's a first good start on NIO already. We are also above this 20 days moving average. Together with that, you can see this trend line that is off of these levels coming down, right? These top pivots, right? Pivot. And so NIO is out of this triangular resistance as well. Now it does have to go through the another one, all right, the one up on the top, that is the bottom triangular channel coming from the previous structure. It had its own pivots as well, right? So NIO still has to go through one of those, but the change in the start of the structure change has happened today, gapping up above $4.22 and heading higher. So, and that happened on a strong volume as well, okay? So that's a really good sign on NIO. Now let's go to the hourly interval, and here things will start to get more clear, and some of the levels that I'll talk about, that if you want to stay in this bullish trend, what are the levels NIO need to hold? So you can see that NIO got out of this resistance, $4.37 area. Now you have more levels on intraday that you can focus on here, right? Now, what is the next area for NIO, the possibility? So NIO, as long as it can stay above now 20 hours moving average, and also most importantly, it needs to stay above $4.37. This opens up the door is $4.78 on NIO. As NIO is in the uptrend now, that's a possibility on this thing to go to $4.78. After that is the level of $5.09. So $5.09 together with $5.31 is the next ladder that NIO has potential of. Guys, as I'm talking about it, there is a price upgrade as well to $5. I know it doesn't sound great. That's why I didn't put much emphasis to it. But we do have someone raising it to $5 target. But anyways, just know that, okay? So I'm going to draw some more boxes here as to the areas to focus on NIO step by step. This is one of the, once we get into the $4.78 above, that opens up the door on NIO to $5.30, okay? After the current price, right? So I don't want to draw this current, well, sure, why not? So, okay, I'm going to draw this another box, and NIO is already into this box, guys. So this is important for NIO now to stay in this box now if it want to continue this uptrend structure. Anytime if NIO loses and close below $4.38, the weakness would come on the structure on the NIO. We need to stay above next week at least $4.38. And as I'm on this box, let me change the color of this box as well, just so that we can distinguish it properly. Let's go pink. All right, now what after that? So yes, guys, if we can, that's where the next resistance is, a bigger one, $4.79. Once we get out of it, then NIO has a room to go all the way to $5.30. Let's go back again to the daily interval, then I'll go to the 4 hours interval. And after that, there's, because I always like to have 3 stages. All right, and then after that is guys, $6.33 is the box room or the range on NIO that could be taken into account. So I'm gonna do this green. This looks like a red box. This shouldn't be red because NIO is not red. Let's see if purple would distinguish it enough. Yeah, well, okay, let me do it this way, guys. Sorry, guys. Let's do it this way. Yeah. So yeah, these are the 3 stages that NIO needs to go. But anyways, on daily interval, NIO has started to change the structure. It's starting to look bullish in the structure at least. And then we have to go, guys, with these boxes level by level is what is important for us now. Now on the full on, like a huge move, like volume is great today with this move, but the huge move that we want to see, if like NIO is like fully back to the upside, I know this sounds very high up, but $7 is the level you need to focus on, because we need to get out of this resistance, $7 almost resistance, because that's where the major consolidation and resistance is. All right. Yes, before that we do have heavy lifting to do at $5.29 as well, as long as structure stays bullish, right? And that's the biggest area. Then on weekly interval, actually, if we can get above $7, then on the weekly interval we are gaining a lot more traction then. So this is the uptrend in the structure that you need to follow in this NIO stock before we get back into this upward direction of the stock price. Now, what else from here am I seeing? So we do have levels to the downside that we need to focus on, but the way this week has closed on this particular stock, I'm seeing this if you go like 4 years back, this is where, if you notice, we have $4.78 as a resistance consolidation. And then at the same time, well, not the same time, sorry, 2 years prior to that, that's where NIO was trying to find a good support. So this increases the importance of this zone already, which is this blue box that I have drawn over here. So this is $5.31 to the level of $6.32. Getting out of it is a win in itself, and then getting above $7 is definitely on weekly interval what you want to see for a full-on trend change. On the weekly, at least on daily, we are starting to do that, but on the weekly, it would be the $7 trend change, and then we have a lot more room to shoot to the upside on this thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We can take a look at 4 hours as well real quick. Things are pretty much, I covered on the hourly interval. It's the same thing, nothing special on 4 hours. Just stick with the hourly, daily, and weekly on this stock. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. We just going into next week, we need to hold above $4.37. That's very important if we want to stay in this bullish, starting of the bullish structure, okay? And the higher we go, keep going level by level, the levels by levels, these significant levels, as we can recapture those, that just increases the momentum to the continuation to the upside. All right, cool, okie dokie. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next videos. Take care, bye.